Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for day 3 of SōRSE Summit 2020. It's been a great week. Day 1, we learned about SORSE being a better partner and educating you a little bit more about the industry, as well as technology and with CBD. Day 2, we talked a little bit more about our technology and did a real deep dive with our science and R&D team, talking about product formulation. And day 3 is all about us helping you guys build a better product. So we'll be learning a lot from our business development team. And we will also have, of course, our product announcement at 11:45 this morning. First and foremost, though, I wanted to go over kind of a couple highlights. So at the end of the day yesterday, our keynote, Mary Wagner, one of our board members, talked a lot about the Hemp and Cannabinoid Institute. As she mentioned, they are looking for partners. Any SORSE client that donates or helps fund the Hemp and Cannabinoid Institute, SORSE will match your donation. So we do want to motivate people to participate and get involved. And even if that's just, donating time and resources, that's certainly helpful to that institute as it moves forward. I think everyone on this call agrees we do want to move the industry forward with additional research. And this is a great way to get some of the best people in the industry to collectively work together. So feel free to follow up with me directly, Diana@sorsetech.com, if you'd like more information, and I can connect you directly with Mary Wagner or our Chief Science Officer, Scott Riefler. In terms of the rules of engagement, you guys kind of know the drill at this point. Q&A, there will be a Q&A after the sessions. However, we're doing something a little bit differently today. Our business development team will be doing short presentations, about 10 minutes each. We will give a 5-minute break because people do have email. We know you guys have businesses to run, but we will be doing a collective Q&A panel with our business development team from 10:45 to 11:15. So the sessions will be a little bit quicker, but we will have time for a Q&A panel. So please still submit your questions via the Q&A panel on the right-hand side of the screen. With that, I will introduce our first speaker, who is doing our welcome as well as our first presentation. And this is John Kueber. He's our Chief Revenue Officer. He's kicking off the day, and you've probably worked with him before with your onboarding with SORSE. He came to us with 20 years experience developing brands, building companies, and launching new companies as well. John leads our business development team, and he's been an integral part to the expansion into international markets, including Mexico, Australia, and the EU. And most importantly, or maybe this is just important to me, he is the only person who's beaten me in fantasy football this year, and it's devastating. But with that, I will let John Kueber take it away.
Thanks, Dana. Yeah, that was a great win. I'm still sort of in the halo of that victory. Great to be here on day 3. What an awesome, intense couple days. Dana's already covered a couple of the highlights and some of the material. I love seeing Ryan Crane share his story on day 1. And it's a segue for me on talking about day 3, because one of the gifts for me at SORSE and the gifts for our entire team is our opportunity to collaborate with all of you. When we collaborate, it's not just fun because it's fun to work with you or fun to see products go off. We get to learn and we get to grow through all the challenges that our clients bring us. And beyond just the challenges in front of you, I want to talk a little bit about our culture on the business development team and truly understanding our customers and some of the challenges that it takes to launch a new product and to get into a new market. I'll go to the next slide, Dana. So part of my background, as Dana mentioned, has been involved in a couple of ventures, mostly in tech. And some have been big successes, some have been not so successful, and those aren't as much fun. But even with the successful companies, there's so many things that have gone wrong. Whether it's going day in, day out with investors telling you that your idea isn't going to work, or maybe it's a supplier that just doesn't come through for you. Maybe the product launch happened and didn't turn out anything like you'd hoped, or maybe it was a wild success and you can't deliver enough product on time. But it is day after day of trials and tribulations. And even if you're within a big company, maybe you're not a startup, maybe you're launching a new product within a larger organization, that's just as hard. You have a lot of people standing in your way. You have a lot of people maybe inhibiting your progress or questioning what you're doing. You're launching a CBD product into a nascent market. All the different things you have to do battle with. These are things that most of us have been through in past businesses. These are challenges that we work with our customers with almost every single day. And we've really decided that it's an opportunity for us. It's not a challenge. It's not a hassle. We love it when our customers are vulnerable and share with us what they're really going through and how we can be a partner, not just a CBD supplier, but truly be a partner. So some of what we want to cover today are some of the assets that we have at SORSE, in people, in process, in different types of products. We'll talk a little bit about a product matrix and how we can help you launch, but just want to emphasize that we understand that the road to launching a successful CBD product, we love it when it's that arrow on the left, and sometimes it is. And we're able to grow with you with customers who have it all figured out, and there are some of those. But for the most part, we're there to support you when maybe things take a turn that wasn't expected, and that's really when we think you need a partner to be able to support you. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I want to talk a little bit about our team and some of the values that are important to us, and that we also think are important to you. So whether you're working with Zoe Maas or Dave Peterson, maybe you're working with Karen Seiler or Mateo Moore, or if you're international with Felipe Sanchez or Tim O'Neill, or maybe one of the other support staff on our team. We'll be talking about Leanne Lozer, who handles our client service support team, or Jalen Timms. All of these people share a focus on transparency, on integrity, and on quality. Those aren't necessarily even our official SORSE values, but they're values that we talk about almost every day. And we really think of quality as, I mean, that's a overused term, always focus on quality, but there's a trade-off with quality and cost and time, speed to market. We're always looking to do things the right way. We're also very empathetic to times where maybe you have to think about speed, or maybe you have to think about cost. We never want to sacrifice quality. Certainly, we have very high standards within SORSE of our CBD supply and our process, but we understand that concept of quality and some of the decisions you have to make when you're launching your product and when you're running your business. Transparency. We always want to tell you when we're challenged by something more than normal, when something's going to take longer, when something's going to be harder than maybe you might expect. We don't want that to be a surprise for you. And by the same token, we're looking for customers who also value transparency, who want to tell us what their challenge is up front, want to tell us what their expectations are. Really important value for us. And finally, integrity, again, overused term, but we really think about it as doing the right thing when no one's looking. We want to be able to do things the right way. And sometimes within the cannabis industry, it doesn't always seem to be the case. Sometimes people are taking shortcuts. That's just something we never, ever want to do at SORSE. And we're looking for customers who also want to do the right thing, even when no one's looking, even when it maybe costs a little bit more or takes a little bit longer. That idea that you're really building your business and your products and your company to a standard that's maybe the highest in your own mind, beyond your customers and beyond what maybe the regulatory markets might look for, doing something that you can really feel good about and that we can feel good about working with you. So when you're talking with any of the team members I mentioned, feel free to make that a talking point. And and challenge us on it. Challenge us on our transparency and our quality and on doing the right thing. So I'll be talking shortly a little bit about how to launch a product with SORSE, how we can be a partner for you. We're going to hear a little bit later on some trends in CBD from Matteo Moore, and from Zoe and from David. And Matteo's going to be talking about some of the exciting different types of CBD variants and emulsions that you could work with SORSE, and be at the edge of your seat for our final announcement on a great new product that our R&D team has worked so hard on. We're really excited to put this in front of you, and we think it's gonna help many of you launch some really exciting products. So stay tuned.